Hey folks, and thank you to Cabra for providing the subject for today's video, which is a basic home cleansing and protection. They are a Folk Catholic Sorcerer and run the Steelcity Witch YouTube channel, which you can find them here on their YouTube, linked here, and in the show notes. So, about a basic home cleansing and protection. As I understand being a heathen through a polytheist and an animist lens, this is how I design my rituals, and this extends even to the basics of home cleansing and protection. I consider these two separate rituals that are often intertwined, but I do understand them as being separate to start with. So, the basics of a heathen home cleansing and protection are that you are working with the Landvættr, specifically the husvættr, the house spirits of the place you're living, whether that's a home you own, an apartment, a yurt, a gur, a tent. If you're in a hotel room for a weekend, there are Vættr in those places before you walk in. So, it is probably in your best interest to align with them and to make some kind of offering so that you can cleanse the space and make it hospitable for both of you. Probably the most basic cleansing you can do that I know of involves fire and ice. And that fire can be a candle that is safe for you to carry around your home, and a clean bowl full of fresh ice. Now, if you're in, say, a hotel room and you can't carry around physical fire, you can substitute out an LED candle for this. But for this example that I'm going to explain real quick, we're going to use a candle. Fire is the first of the elements to come out of the Ginnreginn gap in the creation story, and it's the eldest ancestor in my understanding. So, I begin with a basic fire prayer, which is, Hail, sons and daughters of Muspelheim, hail fire itself. Heil, Sunna, heil Loki, heil Glut, heil Logi, heil Surt, heil Sinmora. Heil þórr, heil Míkileldrvættr, heil Eldrvættr. Thus through heil. Come on, light. There we go. So, with this little guy lit, I then go from the highest portion of the home that I'm in. If you're in a hotel, you can just take this around the hotel. You can just light the LED after doing the fire prayer and just take it around the circumference of the room. I will include in the show notes the text of the prayer that I just made. And I take that sacred fire around 3 times. So for each room, I will circle a room 3 times. And if I am cleaning out a cabinet, say, I will put the candle 3 times in front of me in just small sunwise directions. If you need to worry about animals, for instance, you can modify this just by opening up each room and any closed drawers, cabinets, etc., and then circling with sacred fire in the room 3 times and then leaving. I then do the same thing with the bowl of ice after making a basic ice prayer. And I will do that basic ice prayer in just a moment. And I'll start from the highest point in the house, and then I'll go to the lowest, like the basement, and then I'll come up to the middle portion and out the front door. And I will also repeat this oftentimes with mugwort if I'm able to. Now again, if it's a hotel room and you can't use anything that smells or burns, you can work with a basic cologne or a water spray. I know that Living Roots Creations does sell a cleansing spray that uses mugwort, and it's excellent. I heavily recommend. I will put their link here, and I will also put their link in the show notes. And then the ice prayer is, Hail, sons and daughters of Nifelheim, hail ice itself. Hail, Jökull, hail Snær, hail Frosti, hail Ymir, hail Kari. Heil, Míkileldrvættr. Heil, Hail, elder ancestor. That's the heil. And again, I will have the ice prayer in the show notes. And then I just take this sunwise 3 times to each room in each area that I'm cleansing. Again, starting with the top, going to the lowest, and then going out the middle, and going out the front door eventually. And then you can do something similar with mugwort. I also do a fire prayer with this when I light this bowl. Hail, sons and daughters of Muspelheim, fire itself. Heil, Míkileldrvættr, Eldrvættr. Sunna, heil Loki, heil Glut, heil Logi, heil Surt, heil Sinmora, heil þórr, heil Míkileldrvættr, Eldrvættr. This do heil Eldest Ancestor. And then I will make offerings of ond, that is my breath, to get the smoke moving along. And you just put a little bit of the embers there. Doesn't take too much. And then you, again, waft that in a sunwise direction. And if the embers of your sacred smoke go out, no problem. You can do the fire prayer again if you feel called to, and then relight it. No problems. Now, when we first moved into this home, what we did was we did this ritual, and we each of us in my family held fire, ice, and the burning mugwort, and we took it through every room in the house and then out the front door. And we did that as a family. And once you complete that, then you can put protections on the outside of your house. You can put protections on the inside as well. And those can be things like bind runes, for instance, algies in a bind rune. It can be þórr in an Eggishelmar-like pattern if you want to use the very, very old form where it's just 4 algies together, which look like little trees. It is this rune right here. And so there's a lot of options for a heathen who wants to protect their home. You can also, in the warmer climates and warmer months, you can put protective plants on the outside of your house, and you can switch those out as you need to. You can do all kinds of beautiful decorations with your home. Anything that's even innocuous. You can do things such as putting a welcome mat with protective herbs underneath it if you can't put plants outside. So there's a lot of things that you can do to protect your home. I definitely focus on the thresholds of my home, and I also focus on the outside walls because it's harder for the things to get in. You don't have to worry about it once it's inside. So that is a very, very basic cleansing and protection. As I'm doing the cleansing work, I'm also asking fire, ice, and the mugwort to cleanse and make the rooms heiliger, which is holy, and to protect them as we go through. And so fire, ice, and mugwort are all lending their cleansing and their protection in the same ritual. You can do this separately by taking fire, then ice, then mugwort to each room for the cleansing, and then again for the protection. It just kind of depends on how much time you have and how patient the rest of your family is while you do this. So I really appreciate everybody coming in and watching this video. If you want to see more videos like these on heathen subjects, then please hit like and hit the subscribe button with the bell to keep updated whenever these drop. And if you want to sign up for my spirit work services, or if you want me to cover different subjects, please find me on my Patreon or send me an email at sarenth@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. That's still how.